Hey, what's up, guys? This issue 2 came out of the Lovecraft Unknown Kadath, right? The dark fantasy works of H.P. Lovecraft by this team here in Ablaze Comics. And I looked through it before I got it. I was waiting. You're waiting. And it opens up. You get this little Nemo thing here again, mixed with a little George Melee, right? So I kind of like how they're going over early, 20th century stuff. I'm assuming these people, these men here, are probably younger than I am, and they're showing homages to stuff that was, well, my grandfather. I wasn't even born yet. Uh, I like that. It's sort of touching to me, in a way. And of course, the story here we have essentially Lovecraft, the protagonist, in this strange fantasy world where all these creatures are assailing him, but the cats, right? You have cat ladies, but he's a cat dude, and the cats tear these man. They fight in packs and they tear up these creatures that are trying to harm him. Oh, right. Oh, like I said, the art, I would say the only critique I would have is like the colors kind of muted, right? But it's amazing to see a straight adaptation of this. There's no little shots at Lovecraft, okay? There's no. I thought in the first issue they'd show something that was going to be a aspect seen today, and it wasn't. This is a fantasy dark world with Randolph Carter, right? The kind of a hero, but not like John Carter. He sort of is like Lovecraft. He sort of is part of the story, and he risks his neck, but he's more of a thoughtful character. So, not really much to say. Do I recommend it? Yeah, I do recommend it. Let me tell you, the few comics I've seen from here, right? The Captain Harlock's series from the French artist. This from these Spanish artists, I'm assuming from Spain. I think some Conan stuff too, called the Sumerian. I believe it's under this imprint. This company, pound for pound, has been putting out quality, good, I guess you'd say sort of licensed property, although in Europe, Howard's work, I believe, is public domain. They have been putting out excellent comics. With all the complaining and all the and rightfully so, the pointing out things. I'm never going to be a guy that says, "Oh, I'm never going to critique things or make fun of things." Actually, mocking the woke stuff and mocking the everything you want to call it, the modernity, is always welcome. But in this case, I just want to focus on something that I think I want to share with you that I think deserves attention if you respect the comics, if you respect Lovecraft, if you respect the art form. Ablaze has been is recommended when you have 10,000 fucking Image comics on the indie shelves. Your Dynamites, your IDWs, the Ablaze has been putting them all to shame. And I also like the added thing where they actually add the actual original story in it. So you can see what Lovecraft originally wrote. And what's cool in this too is, of course, one of the things they talk about is a creature hinted at that you see frequently. They show up at some of the most fearsome Lovecraft creatures, I guess, on the personal level. The not the Cthulhu level, but the creatures that come after you. They show up at the end, right? I'll take a guess what creatures they are. But yeah, it's just impressive, aside from just letting the story be a story. It's amazing. It's a revolutionary act. This is the next issue, so recommended, right? Recommended. Meow. Also, real quick, while I'm on the comic tip here, right? A shout out to some channels. This guy here, I'm really showing it. Bizarre Brain Comics. like a boomer guy, kind of going over comics in his garage. I know how that sounds, but what he'll do is he'll actually go over a whole comic, and he goes over all. Yeah, he'll go over like Charlton comics, Gold Key comics, old DC, old Marvel, horror, the old war comics. He'll go over all the stuff. He'll go through the issue, right? And I sort of like his production values. He's just like a dude in his garage, or his basement. Uh,
Hello again, my friend.
yeah.
Too bizarre.
He's like a kind of horror host here, and like,
These titles were Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves.
yeah, look at this, man.
Ghostly
The
Tales.
old, that's the old chart. Look at that.
Charlton was known for low page rates for the creators, and low quality production values, which resulted in few notable characters and stories.
Interesting. See, so he'll go over like he'll go into the comics. Like, yeah, I heard that too. In the research I've done, Charlton was abysmal in terms of how they treated them. Gold Key apparently was really, really good. They wanted their artists and creators to make a living for their families that had gone over. So, but that's what this guy does. He'll go over the comics. He'll give cool little anecdotes, right? He'll go through it. Right.
To Steve Ditko's.
Look at that.
Oh, and then here we see the ad. See the ad for some of the other titles at this time. See Haunted, The Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves, Ghostly Tales,
Nice.
Ghostly Haunts,
Yeah. So.
Ghostly Iron.
Yeah.
And here.
Yeah. So I recommend this guy's channel. This guy is for like DFC Sons. The old comic heads who like these old comics. I definitely recommend him. Look, he goes over. I remember this. Giant size Werewolf by Night. The giant size issues. Remember these, bro?
He started studying under.
Yeah, remember this?
Hogarth.
Remember, the monster of Frankenstein was the Marvel Frankenstein as a character.
Tarzan artist.
Anyway, I don't want to talk over him, but
With the splash page.
yeah.
As I said, which one thing that's so great here is that both of these characters, just a couple of you have been introduced just a few years before.
Yeah, this is like
And his style is stiff. He kind of stiffened everything up.
real cool.
He's horrified by his appearance.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, this is what this.
Smarter
Check out this guy's thing. His views are going up slowly, but that's okay, man. We got the Boomer Monster Kid comics going on. It's not a bad thing. Trust me. Okay, here's another Monster Kid Boomer guy. Old guys who like old comics. He goes over a lot of comics, but he also goes over a lot of the other stuff. This guy, Drink with Mink. He's always having some wine in a jar. And he's always going over like the old comics, but also he's got like action figures. Kind of like over here. He's going over the Dracula stuff. Let's see.
Ready to open that lady's dress.
And this guy's a little different. He has like a DJ voice. Like, hey, what's up, guy?
A third color in to enhance some of these illustrations. Versions that Mego had previously.
He goes over, action figures, right? Mego stuff.
Now, those were all more or less.
Right. So he goes over like more than just the comics, if you're into that or not. But
Paint deco,
yeah, I recommend this guy too.
Now we learn the adventures. We learn where a secret cave is.
Look at this.
We get the origin of Fleta.
What is this? What comic is this? Yeah, I'm looking at this.
70s.
I haven't seen this yet.
Also gave creators like Tom Sutton.
Look at this.
Basically the same gag. Put them together. Which one do you prefer? Or do you like the really stupid one in the middle?
That.
And here is a coverless cutie. This is Dark Mysteries.
Look at this. So this is when Archie still had they had a superhero line, but
Referred to as Bobo the Dwarf.
Ooh.
Issue 1 of this a little while back because once again, it was price prohibitive. As
is it Dark Shadow?
this episode, Bobo the about question.
What is that?
Vampires? Are they vampires? Are they
Dead of Night. Oh, this is Marvel comics. I don't even remember that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. These guys, they got all kinds of old comics that you never even heard of. that I never heard of. It's like a treasure chest. Hail the boomers, man. We'll switch it up, man. What I'm seeing out there, the boomers, that's it, man. The monster kids, they're not dead yet. So they're rising from the grave again. All right. Yeah, check out these two guys' channels, man. Recommended. DFC Sons, man, you probably find a lot of cool stuff in here. But anyone who's into comics, man, these old horror comics, these old non-superhero genre comics, and even the superhero comics back then are so much better than what you have now. It's not even funny. And that's all I gotta say about that, man. Check out these guys' channels, man. Give them some subscriptions, give them some more views, man. And they're just doing it for fun, and that's really the best. That's really what it's all about, right? Because otherwise, what the hell would I be doing? All right, later. This is what I'm talking about. Holy crap! Look at this, man. Atlas Comics. I have mentioned Atlas Comics. I didn't know anything about them, and they seemed very interesting. Look at this. This guy Mink is going over the comics of vampires, and they had a comic called Planet of Vampires, right? A world gone mad. 6 astronauts return to Earth and find it ruled by vampires. That's fucking awesome, man. Look at this. I know, you're like, what the hell, man? Grow up. No, man, look at this. Oh, man. Look at this comic. I gotta get my hands on this, dude. Oh, bro. Anyway, alright, enough.